Here's my long-term experience with the SOVO COMGO T300 and one more little fix that, along with the ultimate upgrade and the MCU cooling mods, has made this 3D printer one of my favorites. As the final piece of the puzzle, we'll address the issue of the bed shape, offering a solution that can be applied to any bed slinger. In today's video, I'll show you how I improved the bed mesh range from a dreadful 1.4 millimeters to a much more manageable 0.37 millimeters, which is what I'm currently working with. I'm Gergo, and welcome back to Gergo Print 3D, my YouTube channel where we explore 3D printing and laser cutting topics, including fun projects, device reviews, and enhancements. Remember, all my videos come with translation-ready, curated subtitles and detailed chapter markers. Before we dive into today's T300 improvements though, I have an exciting news. We are on the verge of hitting 5,000 subscribers. By the time this clip goes live, we'll likely be past that milestone. It's been an amazing 18 months journey and I can't thank you enough for all your support. It's been a while since I dedicated an entire video to the T300, although it has made an appearance in almost every video since I got it in the beginning of this year. Thanks to its impressively quick startup time, it has become my go-to printer when I need something fast. With no lengthy startup procedures and lightning-fast bed heating, it starts extruding the first layer just 2 minutes after switching the power on. The first quality of life upgrade I made was adding a larger, quieter cooling fan to the controller, mounted on a replacement bottom plate which we could print ourselves. Details are covered in this earlier segment. To be honest, I was shocked when I first saw the bed mesh of this unit out of the box. This severe tilt is due to one of the most flawed Z-tilt correction methods found in too many printers of this category. So I shared two methods to fix the gantry leveling issue caused by the single driver powering both Z motors. For starters, printing this simple dial and using my Z-tilt via knob macro will require minimal effort, as explained in this earlier episode. Or you can go all out with this ultimate upgrade guide where I show you how to bridge the Z towers and couple the Z motors for a set it and forget it Z-tilt calibration. Even with a perfectly leveled gantry though, the bed of the T300 was far from flat. The corners were much lower than the center. While making the bed out of plastic allows for high y-axis accelerations due to its reduced weight, plastic is way too flexible and has higher thermal expansion compared to metal, which most other 3D printers use for their beds. The graphics on the box of the machine hinted at an earlier version of the T300 that had leveling wheels at the corners of the bed, similar to the SVO7 and 7 Plus. I must confess, I actually love the leveling wheels on my SVO7 Plus, and I never understood why some reviewers disliked them so much. Some even replaced them with fixed spacers included with that printer, sacrificing the ability to physically calibrate the bed. On the SVO7 Plus, the leveling wheels make bed calibration so convenient. An easy-to-follow wizard measures the corners using the inductive probe and provides instructions on adjusting the wheels for perfect flatness. The entire procedure only takes 3 minutes, and I haven't had to touch those wheels in over a year since the initial setup. So why did SOVO choose fixed spacers when they released the T300, their first device after merging with COMGO? I can't say for sure, but I have two theories. For one, SOVO might have received so much negative feedback about the wheels on the SVO7 that they opted for fixed spacers on the T300. Or, more likely, it could be that 4 attachment points weren't sufficient for such a flexible plastic bed, necessitating 8 points, 4 in the center plus 4 at the corners. Regardless of the reason, the fixed spacers turned out to be too short in the corners, causing this sagging. My initial attempt was inserting washers under these spacers to lift the corners, which helped significantly, going from over a millimeter to below half a millimeter range, but I would have needed washers of different thicknesses to even out the height differences between those corners. And this is where silicone spacers come in. For just a few dollars, you can order a set of 4 18mm rubber spacers. You'll also need 4 M4x40 screws, as the originals are too short. I've included AliExpress links for both in the description below the like button. Get it? The like button? They are slightly taller than the original fixed spacers, but elastic. We can adjust the height of the corners just by varying the tightness of the screws, compressing them. Installing these silicone spacers is simple, and you don't even need to disassemble the print bed as I did earlier. Just replace the original spacers and screws with the silicone and longer ones. Without a proper leveling wizard on the device's simplified screen, I was able to fine-tune the corners by running a scan and inspecting the full bed mesh in the web interface, then turning the screws clockwise to lower the corners and counterclockwise to raise them as needed. It's a bit inconvenient that we have to remove the spring steel sheet and unlock the motor to move the tool head for access to all 4 corners, but we get very granular control via these screws. After adjustment, we replace the PI sheet. The inductive probe wouldn't work without it, home the print head, and run the bed mesh again. Repeating this process a few times, I achieved a range of 0.37 millimeters, low enough for the ABL system to deliver a nearly perfect first layer. Thanks to Christian Wick's Clipper Printer Editions, KPA, you can create pre-made bed meshes at various temperatures, eliminating the need for ABL scanning or Z-tilt calibration before every single print. Printing can start as soon as the build plate reaches its set temperature, which, thanks to AC bath heating in this machine, is almost instantaneous. I cover how I installed Christian's KPA in this earlier tutorial. I'm releasing this update now because there are some amazing deals on the T300 lately. If you're considering getting one, now is the time. At these prices, it's a steal. With a few tweaks, you can turn this printer into a precise and reliable workhorse that will outlast others in its class due to its sturdy all-metal construction and advanced linear real motion system on all axes, a standout feature in its class. And with the same nozzle and hot end assembly as the popular SVO8, consumables for this machine should remain available for a long time. If you're purchasing a device or accessories, please support this small YouTube channel by using the affiliate links below. A special thank you to new supporters on Ko-fi.com. Feel free to join the awesome OGs there. As we wrap up, I want to take a moment to thank you all for helping us hit 5,000 subscribers. It's a milestone I couldn't have imagined when starting this channel 18 months ago. And it's all thanks to you. Every comment, like, and share means the world to me. We've been having a blast with my Manport R CO2 laser, and a video with my little nephew is coming soon showing how we made night lights from clear acrylic and custom 3D printed LED light bases, which we designed ourselves using Fusion 360. I'm also working on macro updates for the SVO8 and some aces in the pipeline, as in multicolor printing. Be sure to check out my full T300 playlist and my take on that CO2 laser machine, all from the perspective of a 3D printing enthusiast. After all, we all go print 3D. Thank you for supporting our channel, Gergo Print 3D.